Bill Roggio is a senior fellow at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies and editor of FDD's Long War Journal. And Jonathan Gilliam is a retired Navy SEAL and former FBI agent. All right, Bill, tell me about the panda and her good friend, the teddy bear.
Yes, Jesse, these are certainly tools that the Israelis will use in their efforts to clear the highly densely urban terrain in Gaza. However, we have to be careful about over-relying on technology. I think this is part of what got Israel into this problem, into this mess to begin with. It underestimated its enemy. So while the Panda will be effective in clearing lanes to get Israeli troops in, hopefully dig up IEDs, as you can see by the videos, those tracks that are along the side, they're vulnerable to attacks from the flanks with rocket-propelled grenades or other anti-tank missiles. So we have to be careful to not just rely on technology. This is going to be a infantryman's war, ultimately. They're going to have to deploy infantrymen, the Israelis will, in order to protect the armor and to protect these armored bulldozers that are coming in, because ultimately, in a war in a complex environment like this, technology helps, but the real decider is boots on the ground.
All right, so we've seen the over-reliance of technology. It makes a lot of money for certain people, but at the end of the day, what do you got? You need a guy with a knife going into a dark tunnel and trying to slit someone's throat who's hiding behind a corner. Jonathan, tell me what it's going to be like for these guys to go into this area and extract revenge.
Well, first of all, revenge should be the last thing on their mind. The tactics of taking out Hamas should be the main focus on and also rescuing these hostages. But here's one thing. I love the fact that we started out talking about technology and how we've become over-reliant on that, because as you watch those videos of the Hamas attackers, if you look back over 20 years ago when Afghan and Iraq war started, the tactics on their side were very rudimentary, but they had over 20 years to watch what we do in the field, what we do in the urban areas. So their tactics have changed. And this is really where the key to warfare is now, is not just technology, but how has your enemy advanced? How have they grown? And what have they learned about you? And so as Israel goes in and works into these tunnels, works into these urban areas, they cannot just rely on technology. They have to look at how the enemy has evolved, and they have to change their tactics now to make sure that they are focused on properly engaging the enemy to take them out. And as far as these tunnels go, this is where technology can work. And if they know that they have people out of there, they can just use a bunker buster. But if this is where hostages are at, or if they do have civilians in that area, they're going to have to be very careful as they enter into those areas, because a tunnel is a very fluid operating environment. And so they have to, I hope they've practiced these things. I hope they understand that once you enter there, you have to clear it when you're in there, and you have to clear it out. And it's just a very precarious place.
Yeah, the tunnel war is going to be decisive. Bill, real quick, while I have you, are the Hamas fighters able to operate through a joystick some of these kamikaze drones from the tunnels?
They should be able to if they properly set up their communications. They'll have to have antennas. These are things that the Israelis should be looking for. I agree with Jonathan. There are elements of technology that will help the Israelis, drones on their end to keep observation of the battlefield, in addition to bunker busters, thermobaric weapons to blow up those tunnels. Again, if there's hostages in there, that's an issue. But yes, they should be able to, if they've practiced this, if they've thought this through, they should be able to guide these weapons via the tunnels.
All right. Bill, Jonathan, great analysis. We love having you guys on. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.